Hi everyone, welcome to goldfries. In this video, we'll have a look at the ASRock RX 5700 XT Taichi X. Well, I know that the X is not in part of the box art, it just says Taichi, but trust me, on the website, the name is the ASRock RX 5700 XT Taichi X. And without further ado, I'm just going to tell you that I am giving it a gold badge. And if you're interested to know why I gave it a gold badge, well, stay on and listen to the not so articulate me trying to express my thoughts about this card. Now, in this video, I'm going to cover three aspects. First, the design, the features of this card, what I like about it, and then we have a quick look at the numbers, the performance, and lastly, I'm going to share some thoughts on what this card brought to my realization. I think that's the one that you should listen to. Also, let's start with what is so nice about this card. First things first, let's start with the front over here. Front, because this is the back plate, this is ideally the front. The front is nice, it has triple fans. The RGB LED is over here. I'm going to show you on the screen right now. That's the RGB LED. And it's nicely colored, the rainbow and everything else. Plastic shroud, but it feels solid. It has a 0 dB fan, means it stops when it's running sufficiently cool. And then there's the back plate I want to show you right now. Beautiful looking back plate. Now, I have seen many graphics cards, I have seen many back plates. I have not seen any back plates that as beautiful as this one, especially the etching over here. It's just, when you hold and you see the card, you understand why is it priced that way. And then there's the top side. The top side here is absolutely lovely. You know why? Because some brands, they have their names over it. So when you use it on a casing where it's the inverted, the name is upside down. I remember I once modified an ASUS card where I have to remove the name. Fortunately, it's a sticker and I can twist it around. But if you look at other cards, I have to bring in brands. For example, if you look at Sapphire, if you change it to this orientation, the Sapphire word will be upside down. Same with Gigabyte, same with Zotac, same with Galax, and whatever that has the GeForce RTX sign, and practically every brand outside has a name in such a way that you can't reverse it. But unlike these other cards, the ASRock's card, if you look at this thing, this place over here and the Taichi logo, it is such that it's, I won't say it's symmetrical, but it's such a way that when you flip it around, it makes no difference. It goes back to the same design. The logo, regardless how you turn it around, is the same. And even the other designs, like the cogwheel designs, it's neutral. You can flip it whatever angle you want. It is still there. It does not look awkward. And that's what I like about it. And then this board, this graphics card is really, in my opinion, well thought of. Besides the BIOS, dual BIOS, being that it has the OC BIOS and a silent BIOS, it also has a switch here, a physical switch for you to turn the LED on and off. This means you need not install any software to disable the LED in case you don't like it to have lit. It is there for you to turn it off. Lovely stuff. And of course, dual 8-pin PCIe connector. And lastly, 6 outputs. I haven't removed the cover for some. So yeah, there's total 6 outputs. Most cards have 4. This one has 6. So after I've held this card, I understand why is it priced that way, and I think it's totally worth it. Some of you may say, well, there are others better. Yes, no doubt. I understand that there are cards that cost similar or less that may have better cooling. But this is the ASRock Taichi that I feel like you're paying for more than just the performance more than just the cooling. The cooling is actually sufficient. We will look at the numbers later. But what you're paying is for the design. It is absolutely beautiful. It's a work of art. And it doesn't break down, at least it does not crash, and it's stable in all my usage so far. So overall, thumbs up for that. Now let's have a look at the performance. Of course, this being an RX 5700 XT, you better just look at the video above for the RX 5700 XT performance. I'll probably do an updated one with the latest driver using this card, but not for this video because let's keep it short. But we'll still go through a quick number here. Just look at the numbers here. I tested it was 20.4.1. So yes, this is the numbers. The thing that I mentioned earlier about doing all those things, that's actually, I'm referring to the footages. Sorry about the confusion there. So yeah, we'll cover it in some other videos, because in my other video, link above, where I tested the 20.4.1 drivers, I forgot to mention that I'm using this card. So yes, all good. And performance wise, now let's look at this other chart. This is the difference I see when I am running Unigine superposition with the card in OC mode and silent mode. Can you see the difference? In my opinion, you could just run the silent mode. The power draw, at least based on MSI's afterburner, it draws less, from 230 watts compared to 200 watts. But on my observation, at the wall socket, it seems like the OC and the silent BIOS pretty much runs at the same power draw. Well, that's between me and the afterburner software. Whichever it is, there is slight difference in performance, too little to justify. So let's go with the silent one and potentially lower power draw. Now we come to the third part, of which I mentioned what this card has brought to my realization. You know, we've seen many reviews comparing the thermals, the performance, the frame rate, everything. You look at price to performance ratio and all. But more often than I felt like over the years, in fact, for myself, I felt like I have forgotten the joy of buying a card and feel good just looking at it. Speaking of which, some of you might think that this is a review sample, that's why I am praising it. But seriously guys, I actually bought this card, okay? I bought it at a good price. Somebody let it off, used, a couple of months old, but mint condition. Yes, I bought this card. Speaking of buying, the card's priced at RM 2,259. In the US, probably still 480 US. But regardless, I feel that if you appreciate the beauty of it, it's definitely worth the price. It's kind of like buying a car. Sometimes you're just willing to pay more for the appearance, pretty much like everything else actually. Sometimes we are just willing to pay more for the looks. I bought this card because I want it to match with my X570 Taichi motherboard. So yeah, lovely. So pretty much that's it. The joy of holding a beautiful card, buying a card that is an RX 5700 XT. So it will perform just like any other. It has a beefy cooler, so it will keep temperatures in check. Whether a certain brand's cooler can cool a bit like 5 degrees or 10 degrees better, I don't think it's making much of a difference, because it's all within the operating temperature range. You still get the performance, but what you don't get is the appearance. You can tune the performance. You can tune it through Radeon's software. Speaking of software, I did not test the software from ASRock because I just don't like to install additional software. And in fact, I didn't realize that there's additional software until I'm about to do this video, but regardless, I made it clear there. I've actually even done some tuning actually using this card for folding at home using Adrenaline software. video up above. And I totally like this card. Tweaking around, I haven't crashed it. That's one thing good. So yeah, pretty much the joy of buying a card that works and is absolutely beautiful to look at. If anything, if I need to pick on really anything about this card, I would say, why is a warranty or whatever serial number thing over here? It's just dead ugly. Why can't you guys place it at the underside where no one sees it? After this recording, I am going to remove this thing, or at least try to remove this thing and put it towards the underside where no one sees. Makes better sense that way. So alright, that's it for this video. It's probably one of the longer videos I did for graphics card, but yeah, I think when we look at just price to performance, indeed this one does not feel like it's a justified purchase. Of course, like I said, you're buying for the art. Beautiful piece of art. Great job, ASRock. When I saw the Challenger cards, they were not impressive, at least in my opinion. I've also had a few ASRock cards here as well. Let's look at two of them from here. These are their old cards, which are Polaris, which is the Phantom Gaming. It's alright, like this RX. This is the RX 590, I believe. Yes, it's this is the RX 590. It has a back plate. This is the RX 580, no back plate. Slightly different design. But look at how they've progressed from this one to this monstrous card that looks great and performs so well. I like it. I like it so much. It makes me forget about these two. Alright, so let me put these cards back to my shelf at the back, right? So yes, the RX 5700 XT from ASRock, the Taichi X. Lovely card. Gold badge. Alright, so that's it for this video. Thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Do remember to subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Bye bye.